We're going to be talking about, those stomach issues that you can get at times when you're traveling. We're also going to talk about motion sickness. Some people get motion sickness. Perhaps you're, on the plane, or you're taking a cruise or boating when you're on vacation. Sleep. Some people have very difficult times, sleeping in a different place. And as I said off the top, some of those cuts and scrapes as well. Can you hear me now, Joyce? Sorry, can you talk
Oh,
now,
yeah,
Joyce? Oh, there we
I
go,
can hear you.
Joyce.
Oh, I can hear
Okay,
you. I'm so
here we
sorry
go.
about that.
That's okay. You know
Welcome.
what? This is the virtual world of live television. It's the way it goes. So let's dive right in. As I
Yes,
said, we're going to talk about a
absolutely.
few things. So let's first of all talk about digestive. Many people going on vacation and get an upset stomach. What do you recommend?
Okay, so this often happens when your schedule is disrupted, when you're traveling through different time zones, maybe you're eating different types of foods. So, what you want to do is make sure that you are consuming foods that are rich in probiotics. So, these are the good, healthy bacteria that will populate your digestive tract, which help to prevent things like traveler's diarrhea, indigestion, even heartburn. These types of things are really common when you might be experiencing some of these travel sort of dyspepsia that can happen. So we
Right.
have some foods like pickled foods, foods that are fermented sauerkraut. Yogurt is a really great option. And you can do things like probiotics. And if you are maybe susceptible or worried about getting traveler's diarrhea, you're going somewhere that it might be and something that might happen more likely, then
Hmm.
take probiotics a week before you leave and during your holiday.
Okay.
And that should really help to ease any of that disturbance.
Yeah, and whether you're traveling by air, land, or sea, some people get that motion sickness. So, what do you recommend as a natural remedy for motion sickness?
Okay, motion sickness, especially if you're going on a cruise or any even
Mm.
sitting in the back seat of a car, it can be really bad. So, some of the things that you can do include ginger. So, ginger tea is really great if you have that opportunity to be able to sip on something. Ginger root, yes, if you want to cut off a piece and chew it, or you can opt for some ginger candies. And these are really
Right.
great at helping to ease that motion sickness that can happen. Another really great thing are these C-bands. So they look like wristbands and they
Yeah.
have an acupressure point that helps to ease motion sickness. So this is another great option. And a little tip that
Cool.
I learned while on a cruise, speaking to one of the employees on the cruise ship, that they all eat green apples and they find that that really helps with getting their sea legs.
Interesting.
Worked for us. Yeah.
Okay. Who knew? Who knew? Sleep deprivation, and another big deal for people. You're away from your own bed. You're in a different, in a different bed, a different country. What do you recommend to help people help them support their sleep?
Well, there are some foods that can be helpful. So, foods that contain natural sources of melatonin. Cherries are really great. Cherry juice, that's something that you can try. Having even some quick, easy foods like oatmeal, that can be beneficial to have before bed. Bananas, pineapple, these are great foods to snack on, especially if you're going somewhere tropical. It could help you out. Or just taking a melatonin supplement because your body naturally makes melatonin. And what can happen is when you're not sleeping through the night or you're moving time zones, your body's production of melatonin changes. So that could be something that you could use for jet lag, for instance.
Yeah, for sure. I see you have a first aid kit beside you there, and my wife will be so impressed because she always brings it, but it's something that I rarely see anybody else bring. Because you might get those cuts and scrapes. So, what do you recommend people bring along with them?
Well, it's important that you have something on hand. I mean, if you're flying somewhere, you're probably not packing something this large. So,
Right.
some small things that you can pack, absolutely. Make sure you have some band aids. Make sure you have even some sort of antiseptic wipe. And if you don't, lavender essential oil can be a really great antiseptic and it can help you sleep at night. So, you got a dual purpose here. The other thing, too, is tea tree oil. So, tea tree oil can be
Okay.
really helpful at helping to sort of clean up the wound, prevent infection, even something tea tree and vitamin E. This has like multi uses, right? This is something you can apply for any kind of abrasion. So these are some simple things that you can use that have other things that you can use them for.
I've always heard too. I think, in my mom used to use it all the time, and I don't know if it's an old wives' tale. But what about using some kind of vitamin E oil or salve or something of that kind?
Absolutely. Vitamin E topically can be really helpful at helping wounds to be able to heal. So you can get it in a cream, you can get it even in a vitamin E capsule. You can break open the capsule and apply that oil topically to your skin. But I think I have one here. This is tea tree oil with vitamin E. So you get a
Okay.
little bit of both. But yeah, vitamin E is really beneficial at helping your skin to heal.
Dr. Joyce, always a pleasure seeing you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. All right, don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to Karen Taft, Manager of Product Development for Travel CAA North and East Ontario. So if you're looking for someone to help you with travel, there's no better person to turn to. We'll be right back.